It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tuned into World Combat Sports. Once again, you're tuned in to World Combat Sports. Salute to everyone that's in the building, and big shout out to the supporters who rock with the channel and tune in every time WCS is on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, the good thing is Wednesday. It's in the middle of the week, so it's closer to the weekend, and it's time to get down once again. Have some news. You know what I'm saying? The hot topic of the day, in my opinion, is we cannot forget Jarrell Big Baby Miller. You know what I'm saying? Jarrell Big Baby Miller. I have an article that I want to go over about Jarrell. He's been going through some shit, y'all. I'm going off boxingscene.com. And I want to highlight Jarrell Miller off the strength that he fucked up. He fucked up his entire boxing career and fucked up his life in general. It wasn't like he was this world beater when it comes to heavyweight division, but he was a potential contender. When I say potential, he never had the time to split the ropes to go in there and fight Anthony Joshua. We can assume that if he would have had that opportunity to answer the bell, Jarrell Miller may have been able to duplicate what Andy Ruiz was able to do. But of course, he popped positive. All bad. The reason why I'm giving Jarrell Miller airplay is because when I pulled up on him in Newark, it was Chris Stevenson main event card. I pulled up on him, and you can check that interview out on YouTube. He kept it 100, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of us are perfect, right? And I'm not going down any type of moral baptism and trying to take you back to saying Sunday service and shit. But Jarrell Miller said he fucked up. He said, I ain't perfect. I fucked up. I could have dropped a dime on plenty of other people, but I didn't. I fucked up. He took accountability. You know what I'm saying? Dude took accountability. That always stuck with me with Jarrell Miller. He didn't know me from anybody. He took accountability for his shit. Even though I'm not sure he will ever be able to recover from 3 drug tests where he was suspended for popping dirty. I mean, it's just a depth, a molehill that he has to dig himself out of to even get back in title contention. Now, it would be different if anyway, I don't want to give away too much of it. Michael Johnson Boxing talking more. What's good? Salute to you. Free Hoover on deck, man. Salute to both of y'all. So let's get into the article, man. Jarrell Miller. Nevada State Athletic Commission upholds 2-year suspension for Jarrell Miller with room to be licensed in June 17th. All right. Now let's get into the wickets, as we used to call it. The 5-member panel of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, NSAC, voted unanimously in favor of Brooklyn's Miller, 23-0, 20 knockouts, remaining on suspension through June 16, 2022. Though with the compromise. A proposal introduced by Commissioner Anthony A. Marnell III called for the unbeaten former heavyweight contender to be immediately eligible for a license beginning June 17, provided he continues to produce negative drug tests through VADA random drug test program. They go on to say, the ball is in your court, Marnell told Miller, who appeared along with his attorney via conference call at the commission's monthly agenda hearing Wednesday morning at state headquarters in Las Vegas. You will serve out the 24 months. It's 100% on you to determine what you do there. Miller was served with a backdated 24-month suspension in December 2020. A ruling from his having tested positive for banned substance GW 501516, also known as Cardarine and Endurobol, ahead of scheduled July 9th clash with Jerry Forrest. The bout was to have aired live on ESPN from the MGM Grand Conference Center in Las Vegas, marking his first ring appearance since November 2018, as well as his debut on the Top Rank banner. However, the absence of a payday since Miller's last fight in November 2018 left him unable to afford the testing program. Now, this testing program is the terms of the suspension included a room for a 6-month reduction, had Miller compile a random drug testing. So Miller said he didn't have the finances to undergo this drug testing. He was pretty much broke. Miller states, I lost my wife, I lost my home, I lost my career. Miller noted during an impassioned speech. Now I'm in court fighting to be with my son. Financially, I am required to pay legal fees. This is bigger than boxing. It means being there for my son, for my mother. That's deep. You know what I'm saying? I understand Miller. A lot of people are going to be um, insensitive to this entire matter, and then they're going to be some who totally understand that there is some compassion to be had right here. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. He fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Miller fucked up, but just think about knowing you fucked up, and then your rock has since moved, and you wondering where your girl is at. Like, god damn, I'm losing my wife too. I don't know the whole story behind the scenes, but losing your wife, and then the kids are involved in a split household. Everything is crumbling for them. They really can't do nothing about it. The adults are at work. You know what I'm saying? They feeling sad, depressed, and shit like that. And it's a lot that Miller had to do with for being the lead on fucking up that situation. He was a conspirator who fucked up his situation. But I'm not here to point the finger at Jarrell Miller. You know what I'm saying? I've never been one of those media guys who spoke a lot about Jarrell Miller. The only thing I can say is when I seen him in person and he met me for the first time, it wasn't on some bullshit like I don't want to fucking talk to you because he know he had fucked up. He was suspended. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get that at all. Like he spoke. He took accountability that he fucked up. He said, I admit, I ain't perfect. I fucked up, man. So I look at it right now as him going before the commission, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and basically advocating for, a return so he can start making a living again. One other thing you should note. Where was it? Check this out. They say the far more attention-grabbing incident came in April 2019 when it was learned that Miller came up dirty in 3 separate VADA testings ahead of his canceled June 2019 challenge of then unbeaten WBA, IBF, WBO, IBO heavyweight titleist Anthony Joshua. Miller stood to make by far biggest payday of his career for a shot at the heavyweight crown in New York City, famed Madison Square Garden. The opportunity instead went to Andy Ruiz, who rose from the knockdown to floor Joshua 4 times in rather than upset. We already know that. Okay. But we already also we understand, what the loophole was. You know, a loophole allowed Miller to avoid suspension as a test result came prior to um, revival of his application for a boxing license. So we talked about that when it was all going down. But I want you to trying to find this one. They go on to say he did not follow the drug test in terms of the suspension. He was to start the drug testing program. He tried to start, then it was discontinued after one test. So, under such terms, granting a reduction of any kind was not considered by the recently appointed executive director of the 5-person commission panel. He restarted VADA testing voluntarily in good faith, which was a great move, acknowledged Mullen. However, I don't think it will set a great precedent to reduce his suspension based on the events of the past year. It goes on to say Miller accepted his role in failing to live up to the specified terms, acknowledging, check this out, acknowledging that Cohen and his manager have been financially supporting him in the past year. The undefeated heavyweight who turns 34, y'all, in July, used that second chance to enroll in VADA late last summer, remaining in the gym through without a firm fight date. That's tough, huh? With that came a glimmer of hope. If the fighter test remained negative, he would be eligible to fight post June 16th, beginning June 16th, as long as he remained negative with the VADA testing program. The response was good enough for Miller, especially in light of the revelation that a far worse outcome was possible. After reviewing the records, I was not coming close to compromising, admitted Mullen. A deal is a deal. I hope that you become that great fighter and world champion. That would be beautiful. What a story that would be. I'm going to support Commissioner Marnell. It is an elegant solution, and you moved me today. So they're pretty much getting a feeling that Jarrell Miller was being sincere. You know what I'm saying? That's important, especially you coming before the commission. I spoke on John Jones happened to visit commission, due to his events of failing USADA. There was residue of picograms that John Jones was popping for, and he couldn't understand because he felt like it was nothing he was taking illegally. And come to find out, it kind of changed the way they do business, because if a person is basically doping, according to the quantity of doping that they're doing, everyone's physical anatomy takes a little bit longer to time release all of that out their system. So let's say John Jones was off or whatever, and he was set to come back at this time off suspension. And then when he returned, he popped positive again. But the numbers of the picograms wasn't a advanced level or increased level of picograms. So therefore, it really had them taking a more assiduous look into why he was still popping with picograms. And come to find out, they kind of determined like, well, maybe his body is still filtering out what he was taking earlier on. So they're going to give him the BOD and saying, you know what, we should kind of take a look at this a little bit more, because he doesn't have increased levels. And the picograms are so small, it doesn't seem like they would be based off a new revelation of him doping currently or actively. So that's where we at with it. Michael Johnson Boxing talking more. Free Hoover, at least someone gave him a job. Now, folks, who really hurt when you cheat, it's not just you. Jarrell Miller should just continue working security for TMT. I don't look at it like that, bro. For me, I come from an era with no social media, so I feel that meeting somebody in person says a lot about, what I'm saying? It says a lot about how you can speak on them. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you have individuals out here that'll present you their true self. First perception is everything, right? I just go off the first perception of Jarrell Miller, even though he was a dirty fighter. We've also had other dirty fighters in this sport that is adored. Not to blend in or mesh Jarrell's situation with any other fighter, but what I'm saying is, it is absolutely up to Jarrell at 34 years old to stay clean. Nobody else's. Like, yeah, it's people in his team, but ultimately it's up to him not to ever get caught doping again, because he may potentially be banned. At 34 years old, come on, man. I mean, you don't have no room at all to pop positive. You had Cohen and your managers financially supporting, and salute to them. I know exactly who they are. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly who you are. I spoke, you know what I'm saying? And that's commendable that they was, you know, they had enough belief to help out Jarrell Miller, even though he fucked up several times. That takes a lot, man. To financially support someone, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that they're on suspension and you're not going to recoup any of that back anytime soon. Oh man. That's a beautiful thing if it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Stormy B man, Sensei in the building. How you feeling, bro? King Mitch on deck. What's good with it, Mitch? Big baby pissing Chernobyl. You know what? I can't even get in any type of emotional rant for what you said, because he did. He was very hot. Jarrell Miller did it to himself. But I have to hold an ounce of dignity and respect for the brother, because not one, look, I'm talking about not 1 ounce. We're talking about a kickboxer, boxer. He didn't give me one breath of belligerency. I didn't come up there with a camera out already. I came up there and say, "Hey, what's going on, Jarrell? How you doing? Scotty White, World Combat Sports. I want to know, can I do an interview with you right quick?" This was in the midst of everybody. That's why the interview is not as clear as it could be. He said, "Okay." Did the interview. That still sits with me right now, even knowing that he been doping, because once again, I look at the character of somebody and I say, you know what? He's admitting wrongdoing. He's being punished and he's admitting wrongdoing. You know what I'm saying? That's big at the end of the day, because some fighters might go up there and they're overly aggressive for the wrong reason. They're resistance for the wrong reason. They're very cantankerous. They don't give a fuck about, the fans want to take a picture with them. All because of what they did. And I didn't see that from Jarrell Miller, for real. I just didn't see it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I hope he's able to get back on track. I hope he's able to come back to the sport and win and make money for himself and his family. I mean, boxing is a dirty sport. It's been several fighters that did things, right? And I shouldn't have to throw names out there, but come on now. It's been fighters who went to prison, who's been a part of domestic abuse, drugs, everything else, man. And they're still glorified. The only reason Jarrell Miller is not glorified because he never quite was able to take that next step to the championship pinnacle and have his hand raised with the belts hanging off his shoulder and waist. He never was able to don those accomplishments. He failed. He was so close he can smell it, bro. Jarrell was so close to Anthony Joshua, he can smell the titles because they was on Joshua's body. Joshua was holding all the titles. And though the promo was good, the face off, he pushed Joshua, and it had everything we wanted, bro. Look, this shit had everything we looked for with Miller stepping in there with Anthony Joshua when he was champion. Joshua at the time hadn't even faced a defeat yet, bro. And people were still high off Anthony Joshua. That was the shit. When Jarrell pushed him and was talking about his mom, I was like, God damn, this the shit right here. This is what we need. Heavyweights going at it. And then the ceiling came crushing down on Jarrell's shoulders, man. And then the foundation for which he was standing, it also crumbled. And Jarrell ended up being in a pile of rubble. They still haven't seen daylight in a long ass time. He need to keep his shit clean. He need to trust in putting the fork down when he's supposed to, and being disciplined at the table, because Jarrell is a big dude. We've seen him compete in the ring over 300 plus pounds, bro. Miller is a big boy. When it comes down to it, he's big. And I'm not sure all of that has to do with him just being, in the at 34 years old, being in this this frame where he can't do anything about it. He just his whole physical composition allows him to gain weight. No. It's him having a lack of discipline at the table. He loved eating because he just kept increasing, and he competed over 300 plus pounds, bro. So right now, let's see what happens, when June comes up. And it's pretty much in stone that Jarrell Miller comes back with a negative test. He's going to be fighting near the end of the year. So once he take that final test so he can become eligible in June, then he not only have to do that, he has to get a fight, get in fight camp, and then that sample has to come back negative. So really he has two hurdles that he has to jump over. 2+ hurdles. You know what I'm saying? He has to test negative in the his final test, become eligible in June to even come close to seeing any type of negotiations for a fight, and to potentially enter the ring. And then prior to the fight, he has to take a piss test. That has to come back negative. You know what I'm saying? And then that B sample. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and check out Stormy B. Most of y'all that's on this live check are not casuals, so you already know what it is, man. He be putting out that fire content. Go over there and check out Stormy B, man. Sub to his channel and support the brother. Mitch say, fuck them crumbs. TMT handout for security. Big Baby needs to do everything in his power to return to the sport. He owes it to himself. Real talk. That's real talk. That's Mitch. That's Mitch in his restraints. He's putting on his belligerent restraints. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know Putin took over the Chernobyl power plant, right? Ukraine will never be the same again. Well, first of all, Ukraine pretty much released their, nuclear power back in the day anyway. You know what I'm saying? So they can take over all they want, but unless they had something sitting up there we didn't know about. Anyway, this is not a political type live. Stay on topic, Mitch. 8 million? Damn. And he could have one. Hold on for a second. Yeah, man. Just imagine how 8 million would have set Jarrell Miller. He would have set that, Man, he would have been living beautifully. Beautifully, 8 million, dog. Come on. He would have been sitting nice. He would have been sitting nice. AJ told Miller he would pay his mom's rent. Wow. Don't say that because now I'm looking at AJ as a stand-up guy. Even though I still think he's a robot. But when grown people, not just grown people, but I'm just speaking in general in relation to where I'm at. When grown people do kind things for other people that's not required, they take the initiative to do some shit like that. For me as a person, I look at it different. I was like, damn, you know, AJ's never been that type of guy who did anything to piss me off as far as doing something negative. I just always felt that he was babysitted, a chaperone to where he's at before he lost the titles. That's all. But he might be a good dude. I never liked him when it came to Deontay Wilder because I just felt like this shit he was saying is pretty much something that was a bit, that took us back hundreds of years. The way they was trying to give Deontay Wilder 12 million flat, 15 million flat. But anyway, if he did that for Jarrell Miller's mother, that's very commendable. Salute to Joshua for that. I'm saying I always make light of it's a lot of boxing fans out here when Anthony Joshua was undefeated. It's nothing he could do wrong. You know what I'm saying? If Joshua said that Deontay Wilder should get 12, 15 million flat, his casual fan base was up here agreeing. Yeah, that's right, because Joshua's selling out Wembley. I say Joshua never sold out Wembley. You know what I'm saying? Vladimir Klitschko and Joshua sold out Wembley. The first time he ever fought in Wembley was against a fighter named Matt Legg. And come on, Matt Legg, the name alone is not going to sell out Wembley. Nor did he sell it out with Alexander Povetkin. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's good to know that Jarrell Miller's ways need to be. Point blank. Mark Nash on deck. I see you. What's good? Salute my G. Salute to you, bro. Ginobili. What he gonna do with it? Get his soldiers sick? Yeah, man. You're dealing with a nuclear plant, man. Let's not turn this. See, Mitch. I gave him a compliment on having restraint. Now he brings in Putin and spell his POO10. Man, what are you doing, man? This is not about Russia and Ukraine, dog. This is not that type of live, man. Stormy B said, W says, how did you like last night's show? I saw you out there. Man, I always tune in. I may not comment all the time, but I always tune in your content, man. Shit's on point, bro. You know what I'm saying? Should be on point. The show was fire, like I said. You know what I'm saying? I tune in. I may not comment all the time, but I definitely be sitting there. You know what I'm saying? I'd be multitasking. So I have your show on Bluetooth while I'm doing shit on my PC. You know what I'm saying? Doing multiple things at one time. But the Bluetooth, I can hear what I want to hear thoroughly. And then it's always been like that's a long story, but yeah, the shit was fire, dog. Keep on doing what you do, bro. He was saying that to insult Miller. AJ said Miller should bow to him. If he suggested to pay Jarrell Miller's mother's rent, I'm not sure. I'm just going off. If y'all was joking around, so be it. But if AJ was to step up and do something like that, off the fact that Jarrell Miller fucked up anyway, it's still commendable in my eyes. I don't know if he did it. You can't believe everything people put in this chat. But I'm just saying that would be very commendable if he was to do something like that. But if he was just fucking with him because he's about to lose a huge payday, then that shit happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go in on Joshua because he was fucking off, talking trash. Jarrell Miller pushed the man, talked about his mother, did all that shit, bro. Disrespect him at the face off and all that. I mean, that's why I was looking forward to the fight. I said, this is gonna be grand. This is gonna be grandioso, bro. and then he pops and the fight is off. Now we have a guy who has credibility in the sport, has the opportunity to be the first Mexican heavyweight. He goes in and accomplished that, dropping Joshua 4 times, right? Made him quit, took his belts. But then through everything, knowing he was going to get a rematch and he was going to get a second payday, he pretty much soaked in and wrenched all the monetary glory that was supposed to be Jarrell Miller. He took all that and wrung it out over in Mexico. All that money. That shit was wrung out, man. He soaked that shit all in, and he pretty much took all of Jarrell Miller's glory. Not only that, he had a rematch clause in there where he got paid again. So when he blew all the money from the first one buying all this shit, he came in all fat and deconditioned. He didn't give a fuck about the outcome because he knew he was going to go in there and lose the belts anyway. He didn't care. That was the orders. You know what I'm saying? How you going to tell me that Andy Ruiz, how he dominated Joshua the first fight, come back in the second one, and he barely even put forth the same effort of intensity because he got the paycheck just like Charles Martin did when he faced Joshua. He received the paycheck and he carried out the orders. Period. That's the way it was. Came in fat and overweight. His camp knew he was fat. And he went in there and Joshua just stayed on the outside and it was one of the most boringest fights, man. Period. Man, let me turn this channel. All of a sudden, I'm seeing all this damn Russian shit. Definitely want to be looking at that. There you go. Dang, she still got it. Man, they fucked the maintenance up at the plant. Let's see that we, bro. Storm B said appreciate that. No problem, man. It's respect. Mitch, I don't know why you keep on talking about damn this politics, dog, on a boxing live. That's not even what you do, man. You're not even into politics like that. But anyway, let me move on, man. Mitch is on his shit today, man. He keep on bringing up goddamn politics. You know, I could see we was talking about the fighters that was over there, but that's not even what the live is about, dog. But big shout out Jarrell Miller, man. I hope you get your shit together and you able to return, and we can see you grace the square again. And look, hoping that you look good doing what you are being paid to do, so you can further get bigger fights and try to recoup some of the money that you lost. All you need is a title fight with the right person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it all depends on who they put him in there with. You know what I'm saying? It may potentially, if Oleksandr Usyk, you know, it may potentially, he might get the title shot. Let him come in here and get 2 fights, look decent doing it. You know, he might get a title shot for, you know, an interim title or something like that. Seriously. Real talk. Because he owe Bob some money, goddammit. He owe Bob some money. Real talk. Reeves took his sloppy ass out there looking like the Michelin man. He did. One thing we know, War Chisora will fight Miller. I'll watch it. Yeah, that'll be a good fight, man. That'll be a good fight. Because even with the multiple losses that Chisora has, right? Chisora has the respect of fight fans that are all about, you know what I'm saying, the hardcore fight fans that understand the hard work. The mentality to go out here and leave it all on the line. You know what I'm saying? That war type of mentality that Chisora brings to the damn boxing ring. He comes up short, but people looking at him like life that guy. You're not gonna fuck around and joke with Chisora. No, it's almost like, fucking with somebody straight out of prison that been whooping ass and just got on a 20 year stint. And all you heard from this dude, like, goddamn, hey, he was boxing in jail. He was undefeated. Just like the movie. I mean, Darius Sasori give you that energy. He lets you know right off the rip. He not the one to fuck around with. I wish one of these YouTube guys that do all this comedy skits in person and pranking motherfuckers. I wish they would try that shit with Darius Sasori. It might be the end of their motherfucking YouTube career, goddamn it. Because Darius Sasori would goddamn light they motherfucking ass up. He said, "Who told you to come over here and play with me, man? Have you not watched what my impulses do when I carry them motherfuckers out? Not seen video in life. Recover. You're not gonna be able to do what you used to. You're gonna walk with a limp. You're not gonna be able to see. Your vision gonna be impaired. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to use your right arm." There's a sword gonna fuck their ass up, dog. Damn. How would Miller's stamina be without the juice? That's a good question, man. That's a good question, especially coming from Jarrell Miller, who was as big as he was, and he was able to throw volume amount of punches even into the mid to later rounds at that weight. And we used to say, what the fuck is going on? How can he's able to do that? Now we know. So damn, if he goes in here and look like his first fight back, of course, ring rust, everything else, we don't know how he's gonna look. He's fighting in the heavyweight division. Let's not forget. But man, if he looks tired, he coming there looking like Andy Ruiz. Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know how the sky's gonna look for him, man. It might look like 300 when all those arrows was in the air coming down and shit. You know what I'm saying? It might be brutal for Jarrell Miller. Or they may look at it like, well, it's his first day back from suspension. He got this fight over with. Let's look forward to the next one. But doing his first fight back, he can't get stopped. Jarrell Miller can't get stopped. You can't go in there and get knocked out or stopped like Dillian White. Because right now you're trying to build up. Like Dillian White is the only person that can go in there with Alexander Povetkin because of where he at, get knocked the fuck out and get an immediate rematch. You know what I'm saying? And come back in there with a zombie. You know what I'm saying? They won't provide Jarrell Miller that pleasure because they're going to say you have to earn it. But anyway, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm getting scrambled myself. As much as I think about Dillian White's situation and what's going on with him, being 80-20, going in there. I mean, it's just a whole big debacle. I don't know. I thought for one second they was behind Dillian White, and then the next second it seems like they're not behind him. And then with Jarrell Miller, if he gets stopped in his first fight back, I don't think he's going to get the same, how you put it, support. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's going to get the same support. They say, okay, put him back in there with somebody else that's a pretty decent name. He just needs to get rolling. He's been on a long hiatus. He's coming off drugs. Let's put him back in there with another decent name. He's still worthy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to understand, Jarrell Miller still has Wall Street in the sport, bro. Hell, I can tell you how he can make some motherfucking money because that's what I do. I can tell you how he can make some more motherfucking money in a period of time. You know what I'm saying? His third fight back, being he's 23-0-1, 20 knockouts, put him in there with Jared Anderson. Get him 2 fights off the rip. Slide him in there with Jared Anderson. Why? Because they building Jared Anderson up, right? right? Why not? If you say you're the real big baby, that is a way that people can tune in for a non-title fight that's going to draw the interest of the damn viewing public. You know what I'm saying? Even the casuals, because it's a connection here. You have the real big baby against the real big baby. I'm serious, bro. Man, regardless of Jarrell Miller popping positive, people with the role that Jared Anderson on right now, and Big Baby Miller returning off a drug suspension, man, that's perfect. Don't forget, hey, don't act like I ain't tell you. That is a perfect fight for Jarrell Miller to make a pretty decent bag. I'm not sure how the fight's gonna turn up, but god damn it, it'll be entertaining at the presser. Whoo wee! Jared Anderson gonna talk his shit to my Jarrell Miller's a dirty fighter. I'm the real big baby. You a has been. You 34 years old. I'm the best in the game right now. I'm taking over the heavyweight division. You can't do nothing about it. And then Jared Anderson, hey, I'm still undefeated. I don't know who the fuck been talking to you, but in my absence, nobody defeated me. You know what I'm saying? And this weekend, you're not gonna be the first. You know, Jared gonna talk his shit. Jarrell gonna talk his shit, and Jared Anderson gonna talk his shit, bro. They need to schedule that fight. Miller was at heavyweight throwing punches like Chocolatito. Man, shit. No, coming in here like Lovejoy. Man, hell no. Chase Witherspoon like nigga. Shit. I know it's heavyweight, but they shouldn't put Miller in with the guy that can stop him. A guy who can stop him. I just don't want him to get stopped. Like, like we said, how's his energy? How's his motor going to be off the juice? You know what I'm saying? How when you were used to functioning on diesel, you know what I'm saying, and now you coming back in off regular to plus. You know what I'm saying? Mid grade. We just want to see how you're gonna operate on that type of fuel. Are you still gonna have that stamina? Was it something in your mind because you wasn't eating right and you was picking up that weight to get you off the couch to say I need this juice to get me through the workouts? Maybe if he's fucking disciplined, maybe he has that in him to throw that amount of punches or close to it. He may be physically gifted, man. I don't know. I'm trying to give him some badges of honor, bro. Because he's had multiple discharges where people are gonna say, damn, man, you're a dirty fighter. We don't respect you. But in boxing, that's more so the newer fans because the older fans knew it's been much worse to happen in boxing. Way worse. And people and fighters have been able to come back and fight. I think what James Butler did to Richard Franklin, right? I think it was worse than what Jarrell did with Poppin' Dirty. You know what I'm saying? Butler took his glove off and sucker punch Franklin. I think that's worse than Poppin' Dirty because you could have damn near put that dude in a wheelchair. Because if you're not prepared, like this guy wasn't prepared to get punched. He was going over there to shake his hand. He wasn't braced. Mentally, he wasn't tied in to receive that punch. And Butler sucker punched him. That could have been all bad. Especially if you hit him right in the temple or something like that. He could have been the weird he could have been like Pritchard Cologne. He could have been like, McLean. He could have been like a lot of fighters that just has been injured and haven't been able to recover. He could have been Adonis Stevenson. Battle of the big babies. That's what I'm saying. I think that's a worthy, legitimate fight, man. Look, Jared Anderson has to understand if Jarrell Miller comes back to the sport, they're both contending in the same division, and you're saying you're the original. I mean, you're the real big baby. You have to step in there with big baby, bro. Come on, man. You just can't sit up here and say, "No, he don't deserve no fight." No, bro. No, 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 no. That's not the case, bro. You got to give us that fight. Top Rank has to give us that fight. And is he still signed with Top Rank? Because if he is, that's an in-house fight. Jared Anderson is 11 and 0, 11 knockouts now. 11 and 0, 11 knockouts. Why wouldn't they make that fight? Give give Jarrell Miller what, one or two fights, and y'all raising up um Jared Anderson, right? You building him up. The man has 11 victories with 11 knockouts, 100% KO ratio. Put him in there with Jarrell Miller, so we can do away with the alias. You know what I'm saying? We can do away with the alias of two fighters. We have Big Baby, who has the alias Jarrell Miller, and we have Big Baby Jared Anderson. We need to settle that score. And look, Jarrell Miller needs a payday, and right now he can get that payday off Jared Anderson. I think for 5 rounds, 5 rounds, it'll be a damn good fight. It'll be a good firefight. Real talk. Bob Arum, if you're listening, you need to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Jarrell Miller, 6'4", 78-inch reach. You know what I'm saying? 6'4" with a 78-inch reach. Jared Anderson is 6'4" with a 78.5-inch reach. They pretty much mirror one another in height and reach. God damn it. That doesn't entice you. They both orthodox. One with a higher knockout ratio than the other. One with a little bit more experience than the other. Come on, bro. Come on. This is what it is. Make the fight, bro. Make the fight. Shit, WBC will fuck around and make them a belt for that shit. WBC, BBB, Big Baby belt. Man, they bound to do something. We got the Mayan, the Hyen, the Hyena, the motherfucking goddamn Komodo. You know, we got every damn type of WBC belt. Why not make one for the big babies? You know what I'm saying? But you'll have some dumb motherfuckers out here talking about the Better Business Bureau. Oh, that belt sucks. I'm serious. What's going on with Mauricio Suleiman? Why would he put 3 Bs on a belt? Big Baller Brand. What is going on? Is LeVar Ball in boxing? Man, no, that's a bad idea. I'm just looking at it. That's a bad idea. We got too many casuals, temporaries out here, dog. I feel like there's a lot of unknown when it comes to Jarrell. Before all this drug stuff, I felt he could beat a lot of top heavyweights. Well, you're looking at his weight and everything, and how he kept increasing his his poundage, right? Would you still hold that? Hold his potential of beating the top heavyweights if he was dirty. We need to see him beat decent names while he's off the juice, and we know he's off the juice. Like Miller said, there's plenty of guys in that shit. I believe him for sure. Yeah, for sure. Dude from the rail corner, sucker punch Ukastagi with the draw. It was his uncle. His uncle punched Ukastagi because I know that fight very well because Ukastagi kept on punching after the bell. Real talk. He kept on punching after the bell. Now for Jose, it seems like he was doing it intentionally. He's a boxer. He know what a bell sound like. This is why I'm saying he was trying to fuck around and do it intentionally because of what happened to Andre. Seriously, I think he was trying to mentally fuck him. He was trying to break him down mentally and revisit that. Just because it didn't happen to the other brother doesn't mean he didn't suffer some PTSD seeing his brother get punched while he was on his knee like that. You know what I'm saying? But Jose deserved that. Seriously, he did. He deserved that sucker punch with no gloves on from his uncle because he kept hitting the rail after the bell. He kept hitting him after the bell. And his corner said, fuck that. Dude went over there and Ukasagi didn't even take his hand off the ropes. He didn't even extend his hand. He know he was fucking up. And he took that punch. It's better for him. Look, it's better for Ukasagi to take that punch with no glove on. Because he pretty much he can roll with that. He a boxer. He can roll with that. He wasn't too much worried about being punched from a non-boxer like that at the time. Even though Darrell's uncle was able to get the punch, Ukasagi is a boxer, bro. You think he ain't been punched with no gloves on? He knew he was fucking up. Like Miller said, there's plenty of guys in that shit. Honestly, if Big Baby Miller is successful in a few fights, I think he could get a bigger payday than fighting Anderson. I like to see them fight too. So tell me this, Mitch. How is it going to be a bigger payday with what we have going on in combat sports? We have the Paul brothers coming over here doing their thing, Tyron Woodley. We have all these cross-threading in combat sports. We have YouTube community. We have individuals that's trying to fight one another. Why wouldn't this fight pique the interest of boxing fans for a big fight? Because you're talking about a guy who has he's leveled out with his wins and knockouts. They're building him up for that big fight. You know what I'm saying? They're building Jared Anderson up for that big fight. So what better guy to fight if he gets past Jared Anderson? Shit, look, that puts him in a whole nother position, leveling up than where he could have been if he beat Joshua that night, right? If Jared Anderson defeat Big Baby, all it does is further catapults him and put him in a position where they say, okay, shit, he went in there and got rid of Jared Anderson, defeated him. Let's go. Let's put him in the main event. Let's put Jared Anderson in the main event. They'll do it. He coming out here with a pimp outfit on, getting the crowd going. Yeah, they high on Jared Anderson right now. So I think it will match up real nice, man, for them to link the names of the two big babies into the ring. I think it'll be great. I just received a press release about Ben and Van Heerden credential submission. Oh, yeah, I get right on that, dog. I'll put in for credentials for Ben and Van Heerden. Yeah, for sure, dog. He said June 17th he's back just now on it. Yeah. What's going on, Ali? How you feeling, bro? Salute to you. I never said he wasn't back June 17th. What I said, Ali, is that he has to pass his drug test. The word is already out that he's going to be back in June. June 16th, post June 16th, that means after June 16th, he'll be able to return. Granted, he passed his final drug test. I appreciate the information, but yes, you're right. It says it already out. It's public record. I understand. Got it. Appreciate you dropping that info, though, Ali. Real talk. Yeah, post June 16th, he will return if his piss test comes back negative. I just think if Miller had a few successful fights, he could land a bigger name than Anderson. A bigger name like who? Put one. Because you can't say Dubois, right? What's a bigger name that's out there? Dillian White. We'll see. We'll pay to see Dillian White. Who? He's not getting Tyson Fury. Who? Deontay Wilder. We'll pay to see that. What bigger name? It's very few Far in between of big names in the heavyweight division. Who are we talking about? Robert Helenius? That would be a bad matchup, in my opinion, for Jarrell Miller to fight Robert Helenius. Long, rangy, very smart, and he's a tough fighter. Now we can throw Andy Konoski out there, but that's not really a big name because he was stopped by Robert Helenius twice already. You know what I'm saying? Charles Martin. He had success early on with Luis Ortiz, but he ended up being stopped. Would that be a pretty decent name? Yeah, but I would pretty much set him in the first two fights. You know what I'm saying? The first two back. Not the fight that take him over the top. Now, Luis Ortiz, yes. That would be that name because the only person Luis Ortiz has lost to is freaking Deontay Wilder. So Luis Ortiz would be that guy there, Mitch. I would say Luis Ortiz. No Daniel Dubois, no Joe Joyce. Um, you know, he's not gonna get Alexander Usyk, even though that would be a good fight for him. But he'll have to, fight some pretty decent first two fights back, look good in there for them to even consider that. And then we don't know what the fuck is gonna happen with him and Anthony Joshua. Um, what about Big Shot Shaw? You know, you know what I'm saying? What about Big Shot? Even though he's not a big name yet, he is basically on the move, pretty much like Jared Anderson and Jarrell Miller and all them cats, man. He needs to try to make a name off a fighter too. Is Big Shot ready for Jarrell Miller? Jarrell Miller rather? I don't know. I'm not for sure. Like I said, we need to see him back in the ring after this drug suspension. I don't know. Is Big Shot ready for Jared Anderson? The jury's still out on that. I'm not for sure. But is it something that we'll tune into? Possibly. Not so much in seeing Jarrell Miller and Jared Anderson. We want to see that fight. Look, I'm gonna go on record right now and say that fight's gonna happen, bro. Man, these promoters are opportunistic. This fight is gonna happen, bro. This fight between Jared Anderson and Jarrell Miller is gonna happen, and it's gonna put Jared Anderson in a position to make a pretty nice bag, stepping in there with Anderson. It's gonna be very contentious. There's gonna be a lot of animosity between these two because we talking about name for name, bragging rights. Hell yeah, dog. SB90 in the building. What's good with you, bro? Baby versus Baby has a great promo written all over for sure. That fight is going to happen, man. Why wouldn't they make it happen? That fight has to happen. I agree, Mitch. Baby versus Baby is a good one for sure. No one's even throwing that up. You know what I'm saying? You will hear other channels talk about it, but I'm telling you, that's the biggest fight right now that makes sense for Jarrell Miller to make a pretty decent check. You know what I'm saying? To get back on his feet. Big Baby against Big Baby. The promo would be crazy sick. You know what I'm saying? Both of these guys have pretty good size. Jared Anderson, of course, he's gonna be the smaller fighter. I mean, he's coming in tremendous shape for a heavyweight. You know, at one time I thought he was gonna be the next Jarrell Miller when it comes to gaining weight, but it seems like he's dialed it in, buckled down. You know what I'm saying? Being disciplined behind the scene. And if you saw him on the telecast last, he was sporting a six pack. You know what I'm saying? So that means he's taking some shit serious at the table. I like that, bro. Take that shit. You talking about a guy who was all about the nutrition, bro. Like majority of my life, I would say, I'm only in my 50s now, but in my 40s, I rocked a motherfucking six pack. Doing hundreds and hundreds of motherfucking sit-ups all the time. Like, yeah, the women loved it. Anyway, I think it'll be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll be a good fight. Let's start putting thumbnails up. Big Baby versus Big Baby. I'm definitely gonna do another live on it. And I actually know, man, let me keep that to myself until it happens. I don't put stuff out there just yet unless it's sealed, signed, and delivered because people will sit up here and say you capping. But right now, people pretty much know that if I say something, I'm not capping about it. But I'm gonna try to make something happen with Jarrell Miller for real. I know some people who know Miller's camp. Not just his camp, but the people that was helping him financially. I'm gonna try to get him on there for the first time, dog. But that's not anything in concrete, nothing like that. I'm just saying. I'm gonna try to, put out that I saw him and this, that, and the other. I ain't gonna put too much out. I'm gonna leave it at that. But I'm trying to get him on here, man. I'm trying to get him on here. Real talk. For y'all, the audience, man, I'm gonna try to do it for y'all. Real talk. Jarrell versus Joyce would be fireworks too. You know what matches up well for them? They have that kickboxing experience. Joe Joyce, in my opinion, is much more athletic than Jarrell Miller. um, I don't know, man. I don't know if I would want to see Jarrell Miller face the juggernaut prior to him getting a shot at Jared Anderson. I don't know if I want to see that, bro. Because Joe Joyce is taller than Jared Anderson. I mean Jarrell Miller. He's in much better shape than Miller. And he has an 80-inch reach. You know what I'm saying? It's not much from 78. But he has an 80-inch reach and he's 6'6". His knockout ratio, of course, he's on the fast track, 13 victories, 12 by way of knockout. He has a 92% knockout ratio, somewhat similar to Jarrell Miller. But I think that would be, age for age. You know what I'm saying? It'll be pretty decent. But I think it'll be a tough fight for Jarrell Miller there, Mitch. I think it'll be a tough fight, bro. Because if we trying to get him back in the ring for a fight that he can make a bag off of, I'd rather see him fight somebody like Joe Joyce after he fights Jared Anderson. I'm just being honest. I mean SB90. That's a good call out, but I think it's a bad matchup for Miller before he steps in there with Anderson, because I'm not sure he'll be ready for Joe Joyce. I'm not saying he's gonna be a Macy's mannequin like Daniel Dubois, and you can just punch him like General Bob. Pop, 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 pop. Like you waiting on your popcorn to get out the microwave. Pop, 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 pop. And your eyes tell you, hey, man, let's come to an agreement. I'm getting fucked up right now. Move your motherfucking head, dog. That shit hurts. That's what his left eye was saying. And Daniel Dubois wasn't even listening to his own eye telling him, dog, off center. Off center. Windshield wiper. Windshield wiper. Move your fucking head. Areola is not a bigger name than Anderson at all, but he is known vet, and Miller could possibly make more fighting him. Okay, I see where you're coming from with that. But once again, I'm talking about having two fights that's not going to be as dangerous. We can see soft touches. Nothing wrong with soft touch in this case because he's coming off a hiatus. I'm talking about two fights that can get him in the ring with Jared Anderson. I think Areola would be a tough fight for Miller. I think it'll be a tough fight. Now, if you're talking about the third fight, make more money with Areola with the Mexican fan base, yeah. I'll check the box with you on that. I'll link up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But Areola has losses already. Anderson doesn't. For him to put that O on his record, Anderson, come on now. He's leveled out wins and knockouts. Just like Edgar Berlanga at one point in time. He's leveled out, bro. it will look good to go in there and fight Anderson and try to get that record and get that name on your resume. But I don't disagree with what you just said. Areola will be pretty decent. Plus, he got the Mexicans behind him, especially what he put on Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? Mitch said Areola is not a bigger name than Anderson at all, but he's known yet, and Miller could possibly make more fighting him. Look, when you say Areola is not a bigger name than Anderson, of course, because Anderson is in the limelight right now. Areola isn't. He's prime time. He's in a higher, brighter, illuminated light right now for Jared Anderson. They're moving him like that. But Chris Areola, like you said, matching up with everything. Areola does have that vet. He does have that respect, and it'll be a tough fight for Jarrell Miller. Very tough fight. It'll be a tough fight, man. When does Philippe Herkovic fight? That big ass Asian heavyweight. Well, Herkovic, in my opinion, Jarrell Miller haven't possessed power, right? So that's another name I wouldn't put him in there with. You know what I'm saying? Even though Babic looked pretty decent, I wouldn't want Miller to go in there with Herkovic. I don't think he has the power, nor do we have an assessment on his cardio right now. So definitely don't put Herkovic. That's a loss waiting to happen. And plus, as I'm telling you all about Jarrell Miller having an O on his resume with Jared Anderson, hey, somebody would love to have Miller's motherfucking O on their record. Who qualifies as a tune-up for Miller right now? Who qualifies for a tune-up? All the motherfuckers who's been losing. You know what I'm saying? All the motherfuckers who've been losing. So let's look at I have to throw Chisora in there. Regardless, you have to throw Chisora in there because he has been losing, bro. Even though he's been in there, he lost to Joseph Parker last. He has been losing. I wouldn't say Joseph Parker, but then again, it'll be a good test for him. Joseph Parker is dangerous enough to be, harmless, but he's still dangerous right now. Daniel Dubois is scheduled to face Trevor Bryan, so he's off the menu. He's off the menu. I would say Andy Konoski. Period. Andy Konoski. Height for height, they match up pretty decent. That's where I'm leveling out with that. Andy Konoski. Who else? I say Andy Konoski, number one. I don't know what Big Shot got going on right now. I really don't know who his next opponent going to be. Let me see. Who else in the heavyweight division? Definitely not Luis Ortiz. Hughie Fury. Nah. Definitely not Frank Sanchez, goddammit. Not Joseph Parker, not Andy Ruiz. Not Deontay Wilder. Uh, God damn. I have to say Andy Konoski, dog. What about Martin Bacoli? You know what I'm saying? All right, look, I can't even say Otto Wallin, dog. I think Otto Wallin would be a problem. Oh, number two. I got it. I almost forgot about my boy. Dominic Brazil. Andy Konoski, Dominic Brazil. Two right there. Real good tune-ups. Real nice tune-ups. You know what I'm saying? Andy Konoski, Dominic Brazil. Oscar Rivas, he's at cruiserweight right now. Can't throw his ass in there. Um, it gets real bleak. We're talking about tune-ups. Dominic Brazil, Andy Konoski. No special order. It don't matter. No special order. But he ain't fucking with Otto Wallin still. Let's throw some Sefer Safari in there. Where is he at right now? Let's throw Tyson Fury's motherfucking ragu resume in there when he returned back to the sport. Let's throw a Sefer Safari in there. You know what I'm saying? Let's throw a Francisco Pianetta. You know what I'm saying? And then let's throw a Tom Swartz. We can't throw Otto Wallin in there. We gotta leave him off. So we got Andy Konoski, Dominic Brazil, Sefer Safari, Francisco Pianetta, Tom Swartz. You know what I'm saying? That's enough right there. Just take two of those and then throw them in there with Jared Anderson. That's enough appetizer, right? Fuck that. That's enough appetizer right there, man, for Jarrell Miller to get a tune up, bro. Trick Note on deck, man. What's good with you, Trick? Salute WCS in the chat, man. Salute, my brother. Salute. Miller need that cocktail for Herkovic. That cocktail better be a protein drink because he get popped. He pops again. It is over. It is over. Done. How dare you ask, does Brazil qualify? He's still an active fighter. We're saying tune-ups, bro. Tune-ups consist of very mushy, soft, saucy type opponents. We need the ramen noodle sauce, the shrimp beef, you know what I'm saying, the oriental flavor. You know the shit you used to eat when you was younger, when you was goddamn, you didn't have that paycheck coming in like you do now. Yeah. Don't act like you brand new, dog. We're talking about ramen noodle soft, like Alexander Povetkin came down for the rematch with Dillian White. Yeah, we talking about water saucy. That different type of water that make you all, I can't stand up. You know what I'm saying? Noodle leg, stinky leg soft. That's what he need. Dominique Brazil absolutely fit that. Real talk. Dominique Brazil, Andy Konoski, in my opinion, would be a tougher opposition. So take Dominique Brazil first, and then Sefer Safari second. Put Andy Konoski on the back of that, and then let's throw Francisco Pianetta and Tom Swartz as number five. That's how we can do that. Yeah. Does Brazil qualify? Yeah, he qualify. We talking about super saucy soft touches. That shit that just be bubbling up. You know what I'm saying? You stick your finger in there, you taste it. Oh, okay, cool. That type of soft. Not even mashed potato soft. We talking about saucy soft. Miller gets popped again. They won't let his ass in the arena. Well, I mean, why wouldn't they want a fighter that popped dirty in the arena? They let everybody else in there that got criminal records. Why wouldn't they let him in the arena? Boxing is not this convent that's raising up sanctified individuals to compete in a sport of brutality and violence. They're not that sport. No, we have plenty of individuals with paperwork and a criminal background. Why wouldn't they let him in there for popping dirty? Come on now. Come on there, Mitch. I'm moving on past Jarrell Miller. I've talked as much as I want to. So the word that's out right now, I'm gonna just let you in on it. I want to talk about is that David Benavidez, who's a two-time WBC super middleweight world champion, says that He's moving up to 175 if he cannot get the Canelo, Andrade, Plant, or Charlo fights. Now, that's a huge handful of names that he just mentioned. Huge handful of names. Let's take Canelo off and let's just deal with Andrade, Plant, or Charlo. Which one would y'all want to see him fight first? I think this is very, very good news, in my opinion, for him to just say, you know what, fuck it. I've been champion here already. Let me go ahead and fuck with them guys, Zerto. Gilberto Ramirez. Shout out to Gilberto Ramirez, aka Zerto. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going to be the state of affairs with Dimitri Bivol. Um, we'll see. I don't think he's gonna go fuck with Beterbiev. Hell no, I don't know. He might. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. But it'll be a good fight. It'll be a good money fight. It says David Benavidez say he'll be moving up to 175 soon if he fails to get fights against Canelo, Demetrius Andrade, Jamal Charlo, and Caleb Plant at 168. Benavidez say if he fails to get any of those fights, to accept the fight with fighters, to accept the fight with him, he's going to go to 175 and fight for a world title in that weight class. You know what I'm saying? I like that mentality. Same way I like Demetrius Andrade moving up. And I don't give a fuck if he fighting Zach Ryder. Shit, Canelo fought Rocky Fielding the first time he went up to 68. So why people tripping on Andrade stepping up and fighting Zach Parker? You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Get it in how you fit in. Benavidez say if I can't get a fight against Boo Boo, Plant, Charlo, Canelo, I'm going up to 175. I've been waiting, trying to make these fights happen for a long time, and everybody has been giving me the runaround. I believe him. I believe him. Real talk, I believe him. Everybody's saying that I don't bring anything to the table, and I'm not worth anything, and whatever. I know these fighters are scared, said Benavidez. I guarantee that damn 168-pound division is going to get a whole lot active when David Benavidez lead that motherfucker. Watch. I bet Jamal Charlo is going to be all encouraging to jump on social media and say, guess what? I'm moving up to 68. I told y'all, stall him out. Stall him out. I guarantee it gets active. Charlo, he's going to have everything out on social media. Say, yeah, I'm moving up to 68 now. And just think about it. Jamal Charlo was supposed to fight Helmy McGill, which would have been a good fight at 60, right? That shit has boiled down, to Selecki. Benavidez says, so I don't understand that Charlo say that I bring no value to the table and I have nothing to offer him. Now he's fighting the other guy, Selecki, that nobody knows. That's absolutely true there, Benavidez. I totally agree with you on that. You're basically saying he don't have no value, but you find Selecki that doesn't even rate a picture on the flyer, bro. They didn't even give that man a picture on the flyer. Yeah, absolutely. We would like to see Benavidez fight Plant. Absolutely. But come on, man. Like, listen, I like Plant a lot. But I just don't see why. If I did a couple of interviews with you and you said Benavidez, look at my video, man. Look at my video. Caleb Plant said to me that Benavidez is the easiest in the division. He said Benavidez is the easiest in the division, y'all. I want to let that just marinate in the air. Caleb Plant told me that David Benavidez is the easiest fight in the division. Tell me how it makes sense. I like Benavidez beating Yard. Man, come on now. So, to be honest with you, Mitch, I don't even think Yard to take that fight. I don't think he'll take that fight. He ain't that naive. Looks like Benavidez is moving up. He ain't getting those fights. Man, I hope somebody step up. He didn't say he was going to do it immediately. So let's see how he look against Parker, right? And then see if he want to make a statement to get the Canelo fight. Because like I said before, if Andre beats Parker and then say I'm willing to fight Benavidez, that would bring Benavidez back on stage the way he needs to be. That would be Andre on stage where he needs to be. Both of those guys can share that glory together because now the boxing fans are start, leaning in and saying, man, the winner of this fight, Canelo, definitely have to consider because that's who we waiting on right now. We're waiting on who? We're waiting on Benavidez. Who else do we want to see Canelo fight at 168? A lot of people now are saying Andrade. He gets through his fight and become the WBO interim world champion. Then all this dangerous talk, he the most dangerous guy right now, this, that, and the other. Okay, cool. Let's see if Canelo believes he is. Because Canelo, his mentality is like, what have they done? And we're like, what did Rocky Fielding do? Rocky Fielding gave you a shot, bro. Now, why don't you just give these up and coming guys? You're the unified super middleweight champion. Why don't you give these guys a shot, man? All you need to do is give one of them a shot. All right. If you say they need to fight each other, you wasn't talking about Caleb Plant fighting Jarrell. That's not what you was talking about. Benavidez fighting David Lemieux. That's not what you was talking about. Andre facing Jack Parker. That's not what he was talking about. Well, if you get Andre Benavidez, yes. If you get Benavidez Plant, yes. Plant Andre, yes. You know what I'm saying? If you get some of the big names to fight each other up there, that should be more to that would be more than enough to suffice Canelo fighting the winner. Caleb was a previous champion. Benavidez was a previous champion. Demetrius Andrade would actively be an interim world champion, which would put him at a 3-weight champion. You know what I'm saying? All the trifecta, the trio is there. All right. He already defeated Caleb Plant, so that's out the question. That leaves 2 more. That's an easy selection process there for you, Canelo. You have 2 more remaining. 2 names remaining. You have to pick one of them. You can't just say, what have they done? What have they done for Face Me? They haven't done anything. Man, come on, bro. We don't want to hear that no more. You are the undisputed 168-pound world champion. If these guys face one another after their fights coming up and they win, you should be able to fight them at the end of the year. I mean, not the end of the year. The beginning of 23. First semester 23. That's assuming that he gets past Dimitri Bivol and what's that killer? What's that killer in hospice care? What's that killer? What they call that killer in hospice care? The one that's the platinum member on AARP. What's his name? Oh, Triple G. Gennady Golovkin. If they pass that new liniment that doesn't choke out the audience for him to come in there and be able to fight after getting his freaking, joints and muscles lubed down with that liniment, we might be able to see that a pretty decent fight, dog. Because Gennadi's fight has absolutely nothing to do with the Benavidez Andrade potential matchup, right? But check this out. Check this out, though. We all know damn well that Canelo better not bring his ass down to 160 to face Gennady. He better force Gennady out his comfort zone to go to 68. We don't want to see no catch weight, even though I don't give a fuck about the fight. Even if Canelo fights Gennady at 165, you know what I'm saying? Let's say 165. My question is why? Benavidez talking shit to you. Andrade's in the mix. Hell, I just want to hear them announce Andrade name with the Zach Parker so I can say it correctly. Because announcers be saying Andrade. Everybody get boo-boo right. Everybody get boo-boo right. But goddamn, man, I just want to know how to say his name properly. And then I want to see him fight good competition. You know? I think Yardy would take the fight. Hell no. Man, that is not a matchup Yardy would like, man. Lions in the motherfucking kennel. Lions in the kennel. Lock the cages. Lions in the kennel. Lock the cages. You're going to put the lions in the kennel, bro. That's a bad matchup for somebody like Yardy that don't have that cardio. I don't know what he got going on. Maybe he got some sparring partners now. But I see Benavidez walking his ass down, dog. Zapping all that damn energy and getting knocked out again. That's just what I see, bro. Because look, the reason why I say that, Mitch, is because Benavidez is damn near a light heavyweight right now. Man, shout out to Easy Work Boxing. God damn, back in the building, dog. What's good with you, bro? He's like, damn, bro, Miller gotta pray for. Yeah. Yeah, man. We want Miller to get back in the square, bro. We want Miller to get back in the square. Real talk. We want him to get back in the square. Benavidez is more likely to get Andrade in the ring, but now that Andrade resigns with Hearn and the zone. I don't know. That's a good fight right now. Andrade is on a mission. It's not going to too much deal with this, that, and the other with the way that the pen, wets the paper. This is this is only going to be dealing with trying to make the bigger fights with a name that will entice Canelo. You know what I'm saying? All this contractual shit shining. I don't think Andrade moved up to super middleweight just to allow himself to sign with somebody that can't get him the big fight. Now, if he's thinking that fighting Zach Parker is going to somehow, pique the interest of Canelo Alvarez, I don't believe so at all. I don't think so at all, bro. I don't see that happening. If he faced Benavidez, yeah. But see, what is Benavidez going to get out of facing Andrade? What is Andrade going to get out of facing Benavidez? Right now, they the top names at 168 pounds. With undefeated records. We gotta give the O its glow. They're the ones at 168 with undefeated records. We have to give the O its glow now. That should entice Canelo. That O. Canelo. Give these guys a shot, man, especially if they win. Give these guys a shot. Everybody's saying how dangerous. I want to see Andrade in there. I want to see him in there with the best, in my opinion, the champion that's never been beaten, David Benavidez. That'd be great. Andrew Charles on deck, man. Salute to you, bro. What's good with Andrew? Say WCS salute. Salute to you. Canelo, pretty ass, will fight Triple G at a catch weight. So Triple G has no shot at the belts. 166 catch weight. Yeah. You know, 166, 65, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Either way it goes, why would Canelo appease Triple G with a catch weight between middleweight and super middleweight? Does he deserve that shit? Really, he should make Triple G. He should make Triple G sign on to super middleweight, man. Just like he should make him, revisit Kell Brook moving up to 60. Even though, Triple G didn't have anything to do with them putting a hand in his back and pushing him into the ring. All right. I'm just saying that, come on, Gennady. Move up the motherfucking 68, dog. And stop acting like there's a damn invisible force field at 60 that you can't move up to 68, bro. Yardy is a confident fighter. I think he'll look at Benavidez like his power doesn't travel. We know Tundi and them boys semi-delusional over there, lines in the camp. That's what I'm saying. Lines in the kennel, goddammit. I don't think they have confidence like that to go up against Benavidez, thinking Yardy can stand that pressure. Shit, Benavidez gonna put that stupid pressure on Yardy. It's not a good fight either way. It's not a good fight. Now, I'm just gonna do process of elimination right here. I really don't know why Caleb said that Benavidez was the easiest fight, but it seems like he has zero interest in fighting Benavidez. Zero interest. Is deeply personal. But it can't be as personal as Canelo pushing you and y'all trading name shots on the face-off. Come on, bro. Like, come on, Caleb. You got to let the gym altercation go. We need to see the fight. Now, if he goes in here, I don't know who's going to win between him and Anthony Jarrell. But if it's no talk of Benavidez and turning down the damn contracts, fuck it. Leave Caleb playing alone. He don't want to fight you, man. Fuck it. He don't want to fight you, bro. So you got to just go to the last on the list. That's it. Leave him out of it and just redirect your interest on somebody that's going to make sense. Get rid of Lemieux and just wait on Andre, because you know damn well Andre is that name. If you don't fight Andre and you come up with some bullshit talking about what has he done in super middleweight, you know what? I'm just going to stop talking about it. I'm going to say fuck it. Because I can't really bring Jamal Charlo in the equation because he keeps on saying he's a middleweight. He's acting like a black Gennady Golovkin. That's what Jamal Charlo's acting like, a black Gennady Golovkin. He's been down there so long that Triple G is rubbed off on him. I ain't trying to move up, man. Fuck that. I'm a middleweight, dog. I'm a middleweight, dog. Fuck that. Benavidez, I'm gonna stall his ass out. When Marcelo heard this news today about Benavidez potentially moving up, he don't get the fight. Man, he was happy than a motherfucker. He called up Tyson and say, "Hey Tyson, we're gonna do this interview, but just hold off for a second because I'm really gonna make some noise. If Benavidez move up, I'm really gonna make some noise. I'm gonna move up to 68 and take on the big names." Canelo's not going down to 160 though, especially for Triple G. I don't know. It seems like they have this enamored type of remote, long distance friendship, so to speak. They may talk, Canelo may talk that, oh, Gennady's talking shit. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? The only thing y'all trying to do is say, oh, it was a draw the first fight. Canelo won the second fight, but people want to act like they don't understand who won. So we should give him a third fight. Fuck that, man. You just giving Triple G a payday, bro. Canelo's not going to 160. Kovalev is making his debut. Yeah, at cruiserweight. It's time for Triple G to move up. Yeah. Kovalev is coming back, cruiserweight. You know, I just seen Kovalev out there in NYC the last time I was out there. You know what I'm saying? For Komi Lomachenko. We saw Kovalev step out the hotel. I'm not going to say what his eyes look like, but just find some of these filters out here and you can see. But shout out to Kovalev, man. He's coming back for cruiserweight. And it should be interesting on who he goes for first. And then not to mention is it still haven't left my thought process that Canelo may indeed still try to scoop up that bag of candy up at cruiserweight with a Lunga Macabo. You know what I'm saying? That's up there for him. He don't have to wait to Halloween either. That candy is always going to be there. But the way he looked against his last opponent, his people pretty much, you know, talked him out of it and say, nah, this won't be a good time. This won't be a good look for you to go up there and scoop that title. Fuck that. Leave that guy alone. Let it sit. You know what I'm saying? Let it just dry up a little bit. And we will revisit in the near future. Because look, I truly believe that Canelo is gonna step up and get a 5th division hands down before he retire. Maybe a 6th division. The way I look at it, Canelo wants to have more divisions than Floyd Mayweather so people can forget about his only loss on his record. I'm telling you, man. Canelo wants to get close as he can to those big names. And the only way to separate himself, in my opinion, I think is to be a 6th division champion, man. Cruiserweight, bridgerweight. You know what I'm saying? A part of me thinks when it's all said and done, man, that Canelo might try damn heavyweight. If you think for 1 minute they wouldn't make a belt for Canelo, the move up the heavyweight. Come on, look at Roy Jones. Come on, look at Roy Jones came in as super welter. Come on, bro, look at Roy. Body head. Look at Roy, dog. You trying to tell me that Canelo may not retire without getting a belt up at heavyweight? That's highly possible. That's highly possible he's going to pick up a strap at heavyweight, bro. I'm telling you, they're going to walk the dog on this motherfucker for real. You thought looking at the Wizard of Oz and Dorothy walking down the Yellow Brick Road was pretty? Wait, if this shit start playing out and they start goddamn putting that shit together for Canelo. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazily insane, bro. Let me see. Trick say I'll talk to John Scully, who trains Artur Beterbiev. They are still waiting on Canelo to send them a contract after he beat Kovalev. He called out Artur when they said send the contract crickets. I don't know if he want that Beterbiev smoke right now. I don't know. It's hard to say what Canelo is thinking. He's very meticulous, methodical, strategic, and his team is moving him accordingly, man. You know what I'm saying? I just see that I see him getting that cruiserweight shit. We can potentially see him getting the bridgerweight. And potentially before he get up out of here, get a heavyweight title. It don't matter what it is. It can be a WBA regular title. You know what I'm saying? It can be any title, as long as it solidifies him as being a world champion at that division. Nothing else matters, bro. Nothing else fucking matters. I'm being honest with you. They're gonna dog walk the shit out of him to separate him from Floyd Money Mayweather. Real talk. You know, the fact that he's a 4-weight champion right now. Mm, they definitely gonna try to dog walk Canelo all the way up to cruiserweight. You know what I'm saying? That'll be his fifth, Bridgerweight six, heavyweight to be seven. He'll be right. He'll be right there with Amanda Serrano, motherfucking a step below Manny Pack. It'd be very, very interesting, man. Now you would definitely consider him an ATG, one of the ATGs. You know what I'm saying? If he's able to pull that off. And you know, I'm not gonna timestamp this or anything because it's so far, you know, in the future. But they're gonna walk Canelo down that yellow brick road. Believe that. But Trick, do you think Beterbiev has any more competition? You know, outside of Canelo, because Canelo, I mean, you know what it is up there, man. You know how it's looking up there. What do you think his next move gonna be? Beterbiev. Should he sustain himself up there? What is his? What should he do? Let's just say Canelo beats Bivol. Now, gangster shit. If he beats Bivol, people say Bivol, people say Bivol, and he looks to unify with Beterbiev. That's some gangsta ass shit. I ain't gonna lie. Even Joe Smith. I'm not sleeping on Joe Smith, man. Joe Smith versus Canelo. Man, don't let him go up here and beat Beterbiev. Man, the only boxer they're gonna be talking about is Canelo Alvarez on this motherfucker. Seriously, if he defeats Bivol and seeks to unify with Beterbiev, who holds the WBC and the IBF world titles at light heavyweight, it's gonna be crucial on this motherfucker, dog. It's gonna be crucial. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's gonna be crucial to even come on here because damn near everybody's gonna be talking about Canelo Alvarez. Canelo won't fight Beterbiev until late 2024. You know, if he's saying he's gonna get Triple G, yeah, but 24, late 24, why? He's fighting all these other fights pretty damn quickly. Like he fights Bivol, right? Throw Gennady Golovkin out to the side, make him wait. By the time he faced Gennady Golovkin, you know, they would have passed the damn regulation or law, a rule in boxing that you allowed to fight with a walker. So, you know, he can fight Triple G on a walker, as long as he top one of his arms behind his back. So Triple G will still get knocked out with that. But he can put him on the burner, man. Age his ass out. Fight him in the goddamn cafeteria hospice care. And it'll still count, dog. Just as a win. That's all. As long as it's sanctioned and shit, we good. You know what I'm saying? Stall Triple G out, man. I think Triple G can beat a few guys at 168. He should, though. Who? Who can he beat? He ain't beating Benavidez. I don't see him beating Andrade. I don't even see him beating Caleb Plant, to be honest. Now, if you want to talk about Selecki thinking about moving up, you know what I'm saying? You know, we really got to be petty when it comes to who he can beat moving up, because Triple G, you know, he don't like to fight unless it's special people. You know what I'm saying? Even Anthony Durrell would give Triple G some problems. Danny Jacobs get a rematch with Triple G. Yeah, yeah. Danny Jacobs, getting a rematch. Cool, cool, cool. Um, Mark Jeffers, Carlos Gongora. What about Billy Joe Sanders? Who y'all think win between Billy Joe Sanders and Triple G? Who y'all think win between Billy Joe Sanders and Triple G? D-Ray in the building. I say your WCS salute. Salute to you, bro. Canelo would never have a win to be magnitude of Pac-Man like TBE. Money may also have De La Hoya and Canelo in the books. I know right now my assumption is that he's trying to do everything for people to expunge the loss of Floyd Mayweather. The only way he's going to do that, he's going to have more divisions because he's already completed one tasker, and that is unifying the 168-pound division. He's became undisputed. That's one that he wanted to get completed, so he did it. Two, now I promise you, this is no ifs, ands, or buts. I promise you that Canelo is going to end his career with more divisions than Floyd Mayweather. It's a promise. I don't even make promises and shit like that. But it's a motherfucking promise, dog. He's not going to be satisfied until he walks up out of here with more divisions than Floyd Money Mayweather. We know that. I'm saying we could have started, learning about boxing yesterday and understand that. He has to get up out of here with 6 at least, which is easy. In my opinion, is easy. He has to get up out of here with minimal 6. That will put him one above Floyd. 6. He can't level out with Cinco. He has to go 6. He has to level up one more division. That's his next task to get above Floyd Mayweather. And then I'm telling you, gangster shit. Don't let Canelo go up here to 175 and clean Bivol and Beterbiev and fight Joe Smith. Don't let that happen. Don't let him unify another division, y'all. Don't let him unify 68 and 75. It's gonna be antichrist, anarchy on this motherfucking YouTube shit, dog. If you thought the Latino channels were goddamn talking about Canelo now, oh, shit. The Hispanic channel is gonna be goddamn Canelo. Canelo. You ain't gonna be able to hear nothing but Canelo name. Let him unify a second division. Let him get 6 weight champion under his charge, bro. Oh my God. It's gonna be wicked. And it'll be nothing you can do about it. You can say what you want. You can use the Clint Buterol shit, but the one bragging right that Floyd Mayweather will always have over Canelo, though, is that Canelo will always have that one loss on his record, and that will be from TBE. Now you can ask yourself if he's able to unify second division. Let's just say hypothetically, he's able to unify, and then he's able to go up here and get 6 divisions. You know what I'm saying? Is that enough for people to turn a blind eye and put him in front of Floyd Mayweather? Because there's other accolades that Floyd has that Canelo doesn't have. So you're gonna have to consolidate all that together into a package and see which one are heavier on the scales. Triple G can beat the rail. Man, I don't know why y'all sleeping on Anthony like that, bro. What did he do to y'all? Man, y'all actually think Anthony the Rail can't box? What the fuck are we talking about? I don't know, man. I think he has a very good chance, Anthony the Rail, for real. I'll take Triple G over BJS. Okay. I mean, if he ain't in his quitting mode right now, I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to see Triple G move up because if you're looking at a person who hasn't even made an attempt to travel outside the perimeter of 160 pounds, I don't know. Mentally, it just seems like it's a tall task for him. Seriously, that's what it seems like to me. It's a tall task for Triple G to move up and start facing them at a higher weight. He's just been, pretty much he's just committed to say, I'm gonna stay right here because I'm comfortable. And then if Triple G, look, if Triple G gets Canelo to move to 60, I might just shut down my channel for a little bit because this shit don't make no sense. Like, if he's unwilling to accommodate some of these fighters with big names, that's actively with big names at the higher division, and he comes back to 60 after he wouldn't come back for Charlo, he wouldn't come back for goddamn Andrade, he gifted Murata with his vacant belt. He comes back down here to Triple G, bro. If Canelo comes back down here, I'm saying, man, something's strangely and weird going on right now as to why he would revisit 60 for Triple G. What's the infatuation? What is the respect level about? Why would you even come back down to middleweight to do anything? That shit is just an empty storage compartment. It has a couple of pieces of furniture in there, and that's it, man. But Turbiev did a number on Marcus Brown. He beat him so bad the athletic commission called CPS on Derrick James for allowing fighter child abuse. But Turbiev wants Canelo and all the other champs. Well, he's already unified the WBC and the IBF, right? So I would say go fight Joe Smith and kind of pretty much have it set up like we did where? You know what I'm saying? Like we have at 154. Like we've been having that damn heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? Like we potentially may have at 47. You have 3 belts. Tell him to go scoop up the WBO from Smith. And then Canelo will be right there. He'll be right with his hands open. Come on. It'll be nothing Canelo can say. But Turbiev, if Canelo get past damn Bivol and Beterbiev somehow, some way gets Joe Smith, man, it ain't nothing Canelo can do, man. That would set him up. Now, I don't see him. Real talk, I see Beterbiev being a real tough fight for Canelo. Really tough fight. And a part of me is leaning towards Beterbiev getting the win and etching the second loss on Canelo's record. That's what I see. Beterbiev is that. What he did with Marcus Brown, just like Trick said, I don't know what Derrick James was doing over there. Was he goddamn a little bit? He had a flask over there and he was sipping from that flask. I don't know, dog. But it seems like Marcus Brown was out there making his own decisions. He didn't have no guidance from the corner. It seems like he was paying back a debt. Now, motherfucker, stay out there, get that ass whooping, because you know what this about. It's almost like Marcus Brown was paying off a debt, dog, a personal debt. And that debt was being paid back in blood. You know what you did to motherfucking Jack, Badu Jack. Don't do that. You paying this shit back in blood tonight. That's exactly what Canelo would do. Clean out 175. They'll make it easy for him. It maybe take him only 2 fights. If he does that shit, man, god damn, dog. Boxing is gonna be in turmoil, bro. Boxing will be in turmoil. Canelo unifies 175. Oh my god, dog. Canelo will be getting money Canelo would start to damn near get Floyd Mayweather money, dog. And then he might even take a break if he unifies 175 and fight a goddamn mixed martial artist, a YouTuber, and get over 100+ million for a fight. Let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about, all the people who may be in line, to get paid millions, if indeed, you know what I'm saying, he's able to put another credential on his badge like 175, and then take a fight with a YouTuber or a mixed martial artist, a big mega fight with one of the Paul brothers, and get paid over 100 million for it, dog, on PPV. Because as we all know it, Jake Paul is still undefeated. As we all know it, Jake Paul competes at 190. That is right around the weight that Canelo can make. If you think for 1 second, I know you probably listen to me and you're saying, I cannot believe he's thinking about Canelo Jake Paul, because he used to call these guys the Goof Paul brothers. Well, things have since changed. Look, these dudes they doing big things in this motherfucker. So you have to gauge it for where it's at right now. These motherfucking Paul brothers are doing big things, bro. They making boss moves in this bitch. And if they can hold out, like they have been trying to say that Mike Tyson may potentially step in the ring with a Paul brother. Can you imagine? Oh my God, dog. This is getting unbearable. But back to Canelo. In between time of him getting that fifth division, it's going to come a point in time where Canelo's going to take one of those fights, man. Because the paycheck is going to be so motherfucking heavy. They're going to need a crane to lift that shit and put it in Canelo's yard. That Brinks truck. He's going to get paid over 100 million, bro. Especially if he fights Jake Paul. Now, I know Kamaru Usman is trying his best to sell the fight. But he's no Conor McGregor, bro. Kamaru Usman is saying that he would knock out Canelo. You are no Conor McGregor at this point. Seriously. Your only championship has been in the welterweight division at 170 pounds, right? The positive aspect of you fighting Canelo is that you're fighting around a weight class that Canelo's fought in, between 68 to 75. Either way you want to take it, that's great. But when Conor McGregor fought Floyd Mayweather, he wasn't even undefeated. Like, Kamaru Usman hasn't lost in the UFC, but Conor McGregor already had 2 losses. No. He had 3. Conor McGregor had 3 losses already. And he was a 2-weight champion, reigning 2-weight champion simultaneously. That's why he got the fight with TBE. Because he was a reigning featherweight, lightweight world champion in the UFC, and it hasn't even been done. Kamaru Usman, you don't have the star power. Though I'm high on Kamaru Usman now, he doesn't have the Conor McGregor star power, that trash talking, that Irish type of bravado. He doesn't have that shit yet, dog. I doubt Canelo goes to 160, but who knows? If Andre belt becomes vacant and Triple G beats Murata, maybe Canelo drops weight to scoop up 3 belts in one fight and then challenges Charlo for the remainder. Yeah, all the damn scenarios, huh? That either way it goes is benefiting Canelo. You know what I'm saying? That would be another division that seems so easy. And people will give him more criticism if he was to come down and do what you just mentioned, Mitch. You know what I'm saying? They would criticize him a bit more for dropping to 160 when Andre relocated, an aborted mission, vacated, and now Canelo revisits and picks up the short sale. That's what it would be. This motherfucker go get a short sale. Give me that house over there. Yeah, the WBO. Yeah. and we're gonna fight for this, this, and that. Okay, all right, cool, cool. I mean, there'll be criticism in that, but if he goes do it at 175 with a guy like Artur Beterbiev, who's already unified, you know what I'm saying, and then Joe Smith, and he's gonna get way more respect for doing it at 175 than he would at 160. Because let's just say he goes in that scenario that you just mentioned plays out. He would be appeasing Maul Charlo, coming back down to scoop up 160. But I don't know. I see it both ways, man. He's gonna receive criticism and he's gonna receive motherfucking plaudits, adulations. People gonna praise the shit because he's like, damn, wow, this guy's just methodical. He can do what the fuck he want to do. He went back down to 60. And the criticism is going to be that he never gave Andre the chance, you know what I'm saying, this, and the other. But if he goes down there and scoop them motherfuckers up and then fight Charlo in a motherfucking undisputed, like once again, the YouTube community is going to be in chaos, bro. Canelo is going to be a name that he can do what the fuck he wants to do whenever he chooses, how he wants, on his own motherfucking timepiece. Canelo will be the $1 million motherfucking man per fight at one point in time. I'm serious. They're going to be paying that motherfucker damn near 80 to 100 if he unifies another division. Preferably 175. Because we already know 60 ain't shit. But if he unifies 175, bro, and goes pick up a belt, go up and pick up a belt at cruiserweight, this is going to be insanely hard to deal with for a lot of people on YouTube. YouTube is going to have to create a community for that has therapists and physicians that's willing to volunteer their work to give free counseling sessions to some of these cats. Because all they're going to hear on here is Canelo, Canelo, Canelo. Not so much for Money Brown, though. Money Brown, he talk about Canelo a lot. That's one of his favorite fighters. It ain't going to bother him. Money is going to be good. Shit, Money going to be sitting over there happy than a motherfucker, dog. He was, I told y'all. Fuck with your boy for the one time. Shit, Money going to be happy than a motherfucker. I told y'all. Bivol is tricky with his movement. Darting in and out like a mongoose. People are sleeping on him. He has deceptive power and great jab. I believe Canelo can't wait on him like he did with Planet Times. Good, true words. I would say this trick. Him and Caleb Plant are two different styles, though. Real talk. But I get what you're saying. Like, Canelo is definitely going to fight the styles accordingly. You know what I'm saying? If Bivol can, you know how he got beat against Floyd. We obviously know that. And we also understand that Canelo has obviously grown since that match with Floyd Mayweather. When it comes down to it, Bivol is going to have to be consistent. He's going to have to be effective. And he's going to have to enforce that authority to the point where he put away rounds and have Canelo either playing catch up or put him in trouble. We haven't seen Canelo in trouble. You know what I'm saying? To the point where we say, oh man, this is a damn good fight. Canelo may not make it out the round. Or, oh, this is clearly Bivol's fight. Let's see what the scorecard is going to say. He's got to put away rounds, man. He need to gap Canelo. If he gap him right to the point where it's obvious and it goes to the scorecards and they have to give it to him, that's what we're looking at. But if it's so close that we don't know who won, just like Triple G Canelo, I don't know. Bivol might get robbed. I don't know, man. I saw a flu today where Usman said Canelo needs him. He doesn't need Canelo. I like Usman, but what the fuck is he talking about? Well, you have to understand, over mixed martial arts, from head to toe, their striking target is accessible. And within that, Usman has been kicked in the head before. And we're dealing with 4-ounce gloves. And to answer your question, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But anything to get the fight, like anything to get the fight with Canelo. Look, I'm not gonna be mad at Usman when Conor McGregor talks shit to Floyd Mayweather to get in the ring with him. He piggybacked off Ronda Rousey at the time. Ronda Rousey was having so much success that it was goofy people on Facebook talking about Ronda Rousey would beat Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match. Seriously. This is a girl who was fighting at 135 pounds. And they believe that Ronda Rousey, who had absolutely marginal, subpar boxing etiquette, would go over here and defeat Floyd Mayweather in a fight. Now, look, I was inclined to say that she wouldn't probably beat him in the cage. Because you think Floyd is going to allow Ronda Rousey, some lightweight, to get that close to him? Because the only thing Ronda wanted to do is clinch. So while she's running in, what do you think Floyd going to do? One of the best counter strikers in the sport. He would have lit her ass up with counter strikes. And we all see what Holly Holmes was able to do. An 18-time world champion, Holly Holmes. She hurt her with a punch and then put her lights out with a left high kick. Now back to Usman. Usman haven't did enough to pique the interest of Canelo. Canelo isn't Floyd. Floyd, in my opinion, he understands that Conor McGregor was going to make money. So he pretty much said, you know what? You got a lot of hype behind you. Fuck it. Keep on talking your shit. Keep on building this motherfucker up. Keep doing it. I'm going to let you talk your shit. Do what you got to do. We're going to sell the shit out of this. We're going to make a lot of money. He's okay, my friend. Okay. I see it. Let's go. We got an agreement. Let's go. So, the shit start happening. Kamaru Usman, he can't even get a motherfucking flame going in this bitch. It's almost like keep on fucking with an empty cigarette lighter. You think because you cut the lights off, the bitch gonna light up? No, it ain't no more fuel in that bitch. I'm telling you, man, Kamaru doesn't have what it takes to go after Canelo Alvarez right now off his trash talking. No one knows Gilbert Burns. People know Jorge Masvidal, but really, he has double-digit losses on his record. People not really fucking with Kobe Covington like that. Tyrone Woodley, who you took the title off of, just was flatlined by Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are not looking at you as this guy. You haven't transferred over like Conor McGregor did to the boxing audience. Like Conor McGregor, man, the way he took over the UFC and was able to, go in there and knock out a legend like Jose Aldo in 13, disperse of Eddie Alvarez, fight Nate Diaz in 2 fights. You haven't had that type of fight. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't had that type of fight. For somebody to get subbed out in the second round against Nate Diaz, come back for a rematch, win, and still have the fans on his side, take that energy, go back down, knock out Eddie Alvarez, then get $100+ million fight with damn Floyd Money Mayweather, man. With a press tour. Only for Floyd to carry him to the 10th round and stop him. Genius. Motherfucking genius, dog. Absolutely masterful genius. Brilliant. Dion Washington on deck, man. Salute, my brother. Good to see you in the building, bro. They're going to put that pistol on Bivol. Yeah, and rush Canelo versus Triple G. And he will never give him a rematch like he did Laurel. You know what? I think that is absolutely highly, highly possible for Bivol. They're going to do him just like they did Callum Smith. Bivol might say, I'm too big for this division. I'm moving up. Shit, you weren't too big for the division before Canelo moved up and wanted to face you. But we'll see, man. Look, what we don't want to do, Dion, I'm talking about me too. I'm trying not to give that insinuation like that, because it's easy for me to think that way too. That there's no way that Bivol was going to beat Canelo if it go to the scorecards. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel that way. If it's close, I don't know. Like, we need to see some knockdowns. Like, we need something to separate, to gap the scorecards. We don't need anything that's having the boxing fans confused, delirious fuck, don't know who's ahead, because that's gonna be Canelo all day. And we definitely don't want no draw. If it's a draw with Canelo, then I don't think he's gonna give Bivol a rematch. I think it's gonna be like Canelo saying, you know what? Shit, fuck it, I got options. Man, he won the motherfucking he wasn't who I thought he was, man. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't who I thought he was. Fuck it. He was a little bit tougher than I thought. Because if he's not able to beat Bivol, he's definitely not gonna fight Beterbiev. We already know that. That's 2 + 2 = 5. God damn it. That's 2 + 2 = 5. Because it's your channel, I respect that. Helwani asked Canelo about Usman. Canelo said payday, chuckled, and then said, you never know. Look, Canelo is in his bag right now where I don't think he's against fighting somebody like Kamaru Usman, but Kamaru still hasn't really bled over into the boxing fan base though. You need to start showing your face so people can know who you are. Like I just said, the travels that Conor McGregor was able to do when he was moving up through the 145-pound division, right? And he finally got his shot, cleaned it out, moved up to 170 welterweight. Wasn't even title shots, 2 non-title shots with Nate Diaz. Finished that off 1-1. Moved back for a title, clean Eddie Alvarez. He was doing big things. But since your countryman, Israel Adesanya, sits at 185, you already done told the people, nah, I'm not moving up to fight. So if you're not going to move down from 170 to 155, which would be a crazy weight cut for you, you won't be able to do that shit. How are you going to further expand your Wall Street to the boxing fans outside of just being a welterweight world champion with 5 title defenses? How are you going to be able to do that? In order for you, look, boxing fans are a different group of people from MMA fans. Like, it's hard to impress boxing fans. You have to come over here with something more. Like, you got to challenge your boy Izzy. You got to say, Izzy, let's make some money. The same shit that Mike Tyson was telling hardhead Maul Charlo. Make some motherfucking money. Allow your brother to eat. If he's your friend, eat with your friend. Nah, we from the same hood. Nobody want to hear that shit. Be from the same hood knowing you stepped in the ring together and made millions. Y'all can laugh about that shit over a glass of champagne or whatever the case may be. But I'm hearing Kamaru Usman saying he don't want to fight Izzy because that's his brother, this, that, and the other. So he don't have anywhere to go, y'all. Izzy ain't talking about moving up to light heavy. He already did that. Juan Blachowicz stopped him, gave him his first loss. So Kamaru Usman is in a rock and a hard place, and he ain't getting no younger. Izzy's in a rock and a hard place. It'll be good for 2 of them to fight each other, Israel Adesanya and Kamaru Usman, But him just coming over here as a welterweight off the strength of Tyrone Woodley, it's not enough for Canelo just yet, bro. It's not enough. It's not enough, man. It's simply not enough. Fuck, I'm gonna be honest. It's not enough. And then look at the light heavyweight division. Now you have Glover Teixeira, right? He's an OG in the sport, a veteran. Finally got his title. Will Izzy jump up to try to contend? That'll be good because if he vacates and go up to 205 and wins that, he have to win it first before he vacates. But anyway, it'll make it more interesting for Kamaru Usman to move up the middleweight and fight for the vacant middleweight title. Dana White will present him that luxury to move up the middleweight and fight for that title. Then Canelo would say, okay, Kamaru Usman coming there with two straps, one on the left, one on the right shoulder. They do the promo. Kamar start talking his shit even more. Canelo might say, okay, cool. All right, I might give you a payday. Okay, I see you. I see you. You might get payday now. But I think Canelo does exactly what Floyd did for Conor McGregor. He'll carry him and stop him. Or if he doesn't stop him, the referee will stop it, just like they did Conor McGregor. They stopped the fight. Why? Because Conor McGregor still had, supposedly some UFC. He still had some UFC calendar left on his motherfucking contract. So they wanted him to fulfill that. So the referee stopped it. They'll do the same thing for Kamaru. But what it would do for Kamaru, stepping in there with Canelo, it will further expand what we see that's going on in combat sports with cross-threading of competition. And also, Kamaru comes back to the UFC with a higher value to his brand, and the price won't be what it was yesterday. The price yesterday is not what it will be today for Kamaru Usman. Canelo's already making that type of money. But for Kamaru Usman fighting Canelo Alvarez, his price would have went up tremendously. Hey Dion, what were you talking about? Where's Canelo Triple G? And he would never give him a rematch like he did Laura. Okay, I get what you're saying. Because I know Dion do not like him, Canelo Alvarez. I know that for a fact. Goddamn Dion be like Candyman when Canelo name pop up. He just pop up out of nowhere. What? He said, I've outgrown the mate. Callum Smith was in the whole shit versus Canelo. Yeah, he was. Tall ass didn't do shit. Looked like a scarecrow. Looked like a motherfucking pogo stick with gloves. Do we cut Smith some slack because he moved up and knocked some dudes spark out in 175? Well, you have to give him a little bit of credit. You know what I'm saying? Give him an EBT card credit. If anything, give him some minimal credit. Give him a small line of credit, dog. I like Joe Smith, man. I like Joe Smith. We can't sit up here and act like boxing is cloning a murderous row of fighters and putting them into the ring. That's not the case. So we have to take what we can get. We have to take what we can get with this shit. Joe Smith, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. It is what it is with him. He's a blue collar. They always say Joe Smith is a blue collar worker. He does the things the right way, this, that, and the other. But hey, Joe Smith might be looking at it like, damn, I'll take a payday with Canelo. I'll take a payday. How is he not going to benefit from it? He's going to benefit from it just like goddamn Caleb Plant. Just like Billy Joe Saunders. He's going to benefit from it. Real talk. Bivol is much, a bit taller than Canelo, like everybody. Let's just see if he uses his physical weapons, to his advantage, man. Can he go in there and do the opposite of what Callum Smith did? Callum Smith, just like he just fell out, motherfucker fainting and shit. Just take me, beat me. on some pansy shit. Motherfucking Callum Smith he went out on some pansy type shit, dog. Newborn puppy type shit. Suck on a pacifier to you 8 years old type of shit. Errol Spence said, I got 2 more fights at 147, then I'm moving up. I like to hear that. That sounds good. You know what I'm saying? That sounds good. 2 more fights doesn't mean it's going to include Terrence Crawford. So I'm not going to jump up and down and tap, do the ham bone and shit. Just because the article is now out, Errol Spence, I got 2 more fights at 147, then I'm moving up. You know, if that second fight isn't with Terrence Crawford, so be it. I'm over it. But we'll see come April. That's all. You know, I'm not gonna go in here and start coming up with some nah. He look. He can go ahead and fight Ugas if he makes it to the ring, if he defeats Ugas, and then turn around and fight somebody like a Keith Thurman or something. You know what I'm saying? He may goddamn allow Carlos Ocampo to come back down and goddamn fight whatever. I don't know what the fuck. He might goddamn welcome Manny Pacquiao back for a fight, just so he can have him on his resume. But for Terrence Crawford, I'll wait till I see it, bro. Cause I'm tired of hearing those two spoken here. I'm tired. Jerome Ennis battles Custio Clayton. Just can't wait to that fight because, you know, once again, as much as I don't want to do conspiracy theories on the 2 fights, yeah, he fights Yordenis Ugas. And then what about Jerron Ennis be a second fight? Yeah, that'd be great. Is it gonna happen? I seriously doubt it. I'm just being honest, people. You know, because he goes in here and beat Custio Clayton, you know what that's gonna put him for the IBF. You know how the IBF, how strict the IBF is. So if he get his shot at Errol or Errol vacates, who knows? But you know, my easy prediction would be the second fight for the boxing audience would be him stepping in there with Crawford. That's the easy default to believe that's the way it'll go down. Now, being the, you know, in wake of everything that's been going on, it's hard for me to just even speak past this April fight. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, will he make it? And what will be the outcome? That's it. That's it. That's all. Did y'all see the situation? This is my last topic. Did y'all see the situation that Aegis Klimas had with Mike Coppinger? Say y'all need to stop lying on my fighters. Goddamn, Klimas was going in like a G, wasn't he? He said, stop fucking lying on my fighters, because Mike Coppinger saying that, you know, the Ukraine government had granted Oleksandr Usyk a release to come back and fight Joshua. You know, Klimas said, I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers talking bad. Put some respect on my fighter's name. Stop talking shit you don't know, even if your name is Mike Coppinger. God damn it. Heyman will order Spence, and Spence will do what he says. I mean, if Al Heyman orders anything, I mean, that's their advisor, right? I mean, that's their consultant, right? Of course they're gonna do with it. You know what I'm saying? Errol moving up after this fight, WTF, he's talking about He said the next two fights. He said he got two more fights. So we're gonna cross out one with Ugas and then the next fight. That's as far as I'm taking it right now. I'm not about to get on my Terrence Crawford shit. No, I'm gonna save that shit. Spence ain't fighting no fucking Thurman. You don't think that'll garner any attention? You know him fighting Thurman? Come on. Good old goddamn one time dog. Custio Clayton about to get whooped. Too timid for Ennis. Hey, he's up in the rankings, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing something. He's getting that shot. Where's Custio Clayton ranked right now? Anyway, I think he's deep in that motherfucker. Where is he? Let me go look this guy up right quick. Where is he in the rankings? Because the rankings are pieces. It's garbage anyway. But what do they have him in the rankings? Let me see. Custio Clayton is outside top 5. Just like I thought. Inside the top 10. I thought he was bottom half of the top 10. Excuse me. That might have been another ranking list that I seen previously. But he's just outside top 5. Know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man, it's been cool as always, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, supporting WCS, man. Continue to do that. Follow me on all social media networks, worldcombatsports.com. You know what it is. Turn up and tune in.